This is day 955 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Your sponsor of coming Shemar the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Please contact me directly. Very greatly appreciate it. Today we are doing Siman Tafresh Mem Hey, Sif Hey to Tafresh Mem Hey, Sif Yud Beis. Hey, I'm reading Gemara. The Gemara says, Nachlukot Yomes, if the Yomes got split puzzle, the lulav is puzzle. Nachlukot Rabbi say, our rabbis disagreed, Ma'ot Yomes, what is it Yomes? So if I ram up Yeshu, the lav al olam yuchedes kai, it's not going a specific leaf, I'll call it lulav. It's going all the leaves of lulav. And Mishum Dalei lulav biyasan kachi, because the way the luluvs are, leaves grow, they are, each leaf is folded in half. The Gaban Tukim, and they are, glued together on at the back. If name near Krishnayim, in the front they look like they're two leaves. So they call all have a tiom. So each leaf is like a twin. Therefore, if most of the leaves of the lulav are split, barov are cut, and most of the length they're possible. But if only the minority of each one is split, even if it's the top most leaves, it's kosher. Vav Rashi says Rashi explains and Tzoyim. The Tiamis is the two leaves in the middle on top. Shishama Shesha color where the spine ends. Nechlaku zemizeh. If they split from each other, Iriska Shedra and the spine split. Had the Olin to the leaves Shalamatamim which are below them. Akam Shadro. B'nei Lulavim Shalom Sushnei Alim and Tzoyim El Echad. In our Lulavim, we only find one middle leaf, not two middle leaves. And the Rush brings on Rashi doesn't bring down two upper leaves, just upper leaves. What Rashi required that it possible that specifically the spine would split. The kasha. Because if it's cracked, the Gemara says it's kosher. She's worried. Okay, but psula. So it must see that this split, which is puzzle, is bashedra, is in the spine. But Daishan the Baba Kama Bish Rashi Tiomes Kaf Tomer and Toya Yom Tiomasi. Baba Kama says it is the Tiomes is the specific middle upper leaf of the lulav tree. But near the Zaganke Birusha Basuka of Kamnosim Toya Hushnei Linkat Yomes. He says, this is not contradictory, but is in line with the interpretation of Sukkah, and it means that the middle leaf has two leaves which are like twins. And he says that it's not like we interpret that one leaf in the middle is doubled over. That was the case. How do you say the middle one is Tiomas? They're all Tiomas. If you by Tiomas you mean the twin half leaves which are glued to the back. It must be that their leaves look different, and they had which had two upper leaves which are equivalent, the same stature. There are those who say no. The Rashi contradicts himself. One place he says it's the middle leaf with it's the twin half leaves. Another place says it's the two middle leaves, and the two leaves reference means two leaves, not two half leaves. And holds of that distinction. Disputes it. Name the Rush. They both bring down. That's the two upper leaves. They are connected to each other. They split apart their puzzle. In that case, we won't find even 1 in 500 kosher lulavim. Which have two middle leaves, that they should be glued together, not that each leaf in of itself, but the two leaves should be glued together. We never find that thing. Therefore, they wrote the Kavanas Hagoyim, that going to say the Mayud Vukim If they were glued, and they split puzzle. I mean, Malay is looking cloud, but they weren't glued at all, kosher, it's okay. If he said, the lake of Tioim Zeh, according to this, in our Lulavim, we don't have this kind of Tioim. Shushnei Alim Tzoim Elyonim Dvukim, that the two upper middle leaves should be glued to each other. Vav Ena Dvukim Lonim two. And even we don't even have them when they're not glued together. What we have is it's only one middle leaf. In this if it's split, even the majority of it, I don't find it's possible. She does for Rambam. Not according to Rambam, the Dafka B'Ksharov Alei loves Dukim Kach. So most of the leaves of the luv are split that way. V'lo perish Rashi. It's not according to Rashi either. Though I feel you number the Rashi Shava El Achad Shalanu. We didn't say according to Rashi, our one leaf is equivalent. L'shnayim shalem to two. There's a common nevertheless. Hamatzich shachaluka tieba shedwa dafka. He holds that the split has specifically in the spine. The lower perish also not according to Gonim. Shehei matzich the dafka shnei alim. It's supposed to be simply two leaves. The shei's pardos and they're separate from each other. In long brackets here, he says, sorry, because who gava the hutza, the back of the leaf, the hechad the davkin of the way are glued to each other. Says tough so the kamraso kagoyim. Says told that he must be talking like the gaonim, that it's not two half leaves but two full leaves. I wish because of kamraso karif, that it's two halves of the leaf. That seems to be the case. He began to be a reef. He brings the reef as well. Afterwards, he wrote name Shem Rav Haigon. Bezel Lashoina. This is what he wrote. Hatiyom Shamu Shnei Panim. The tiyom which they talk about, it's two possibilities. Same Shnei Dvukim v'Briyason. No, sorry. Hatiyom Shamu Shnei Panim. Tiyom means two faced. They're two which are glued in their natural course of growth. Oh no, I was right the first time. There are two types of tiyom. There's one which is two which are glued together, and there's one which is two halves. They split on top of and their bottom they are connected to some extent. Then more cloud. This is kind of, as we just saw, it's hard to understand. Save it mean day, L'rayvet Simrish Labes, because Kanki Karifa and Sham. Vayusham, the first Karifa Rama, the Rina Sham, Nifa to Olav Nas Kamoshinekla Tiemis. Says explicitly in Yushami that if its leaves burst out, it's like Nechelcha Tiemis. With Amod B'chol Alinu, so it must be something which pertains to all the leaves. I mean, if it's Olav, just like the bursting out of the leaves. Kenkos Avaran. Though he's bar as that, he's not finished with us on this. In terms of halacha, Rabbeinu says Levi Rak Perish Arifa Rambam. The only reason for Rambam is talking about all the leaves. Rabbeinu Ramah, because of Zoshana, the Ramah, however, writes. Those explained in Nechak Al Elyon, and say if the middle upper leaf split, Sha'al Asher with one on top of the spine, out Asher onto the spine, it's called that Tiyam as a split, puzzle, and it's puzzle. As says, only the first thing it's going to be only the first day it's possible, the other day it's going to be kosher. That's the minute. The mitzvah and the mufcha is take a lulav where the middle top leaf is not split at all. Those who are machmir, even if it splits a little. And if that middle leaf is not a doubled over leaf from the beginning when it's created, it's possible. I can't show you. The Varav Lukuchim the Truma Sadeshin. What's what I'm taking from the Truma Sadeshin? Shukasa wrote, "Your would seem Shieshin Hokin Perish Echad the Rashi, we should do like the one shot on Rashi. The Alem says that the middle leaf should darko Lios Kafel, which is normally, of course, doubled over, Kishalin like the other leaves. Nechlekas l'shnayim is split in two. Zeu nechlekat yamas. That's called nechlekat yamas. The lomike nechlekas, but it's not called nechlekas. Split at nechlekat minha. It's only until it splits below the leaves. For Zeroko, see v'hakel the boy nechlekat should goes gankin ad halim shalamate menu. Also, that the spine has to be split until way down onto the point where the lower next level leaves comes out. Find Nechel Yomis Peish Rashi, and that's Nechel Yomis according to Rashi. Kasavula Ri or Zarua, no, Ri Ve or Zarua. The Peish Rashi and Yisoymach Halacha L'Maisa. That the maybe this be odds. I don't put it above. Okay, that to rely on Lashon Rashi. The Lashon Smak Mashanami actually compares Rashi, and but Smak also needs to say it's kosher like Rashi. He was accustomed to paskin that loving maksherim. Even though they were split in that middle leaf on top, the breadth of a finger or more. I guess because it didn't go down to the spine. Technically, it's okay. Tess, it's talking about Kamroso. You have to say what he's saying. That's one of the G'daylim. Shekivin lePeish Rashi b'Kamashon. Yeah, I don't mind really Rashi b'Makam. We have another Gisa. Because it sounds like from Rashi that if the middle leaf is split, it's no good. But he's going to do the assumption it has to be split all the way down the spine and beyond. For as well as if like the doctor should join that look at so only in Shalmata. I was going to say more about it's only when the spine is split until the next level leaves below. I don't know why anybody made this contingent on Zura. However, Barashi was sukkah mefugash ken. Listen to Rashi's way. For Zura, because if she says mechatz more peish Rashi, Zura says he relies on peish Rashi. Lefizeh. So that's the case. So if the spine is cracked, on top, even it's split the size of an etzba. I guess etzba, not a cross actually, but up and down. It's still okay. But he says, it says my shura again. He says, it's not a big deal. It's not a big chiddush because no matter how much the split, as long as the spine is not split, it's okay. But the Ramah evidently learned Rashi's interpreting Rashi that even if it's just split up to the spine, it's already possible. I don't know where he got this. He's going to Zerus derech v'azum first kamar the dafka shasher nechlaka. So when the spine is split, Rabbi Ramah lo tafaskein Ramah did not hold that way. But tzarich il, it's not clear what to do here. Yudvikas of any place here, I was always especially astonished. Came to the Rifa Ramah Ravid Uvahag Vagoinim and Shubsum Nechlak Yomes. How you kill a commercial? According to them, there's no psul if the single leaf on top is split. Like Arsenet love him. Rashi Sukkah also going to Rashi Sukkah. Ancient Subalo Nechla Shadow. It's not possible unless the spine is cracked. Become Rashi Babakama Koinu and also Rashi Babakama can hold that way. Feel tough, I said Kachuma Sadeshan. Even though I said tough, Kachuma Sadeshan, Babakama's scenario is different. The Mechako Kula puzzle, and you would say that if it's the leaf itself is split all the way, even the spine is not split, it's still puzzle. The Rashi, how could one interpretation of Rashi be override? Negabusha Batsma, Makama, the Sukkah, Rashi's own patient Sukkah. But they're going to have us and also going against all the other Rishonim. Magam the Mefuchish B'Yushalmi King, especially because Yushalmi says it explicitly. Vav Gamaran Zalshe, be compares there, the Chamiyad. The Ron Brothers interpretation rejected immediately. Rashi Kasav Shinochel Machmir. So that's Roti and Machmir, Ayin Sham. But Rashba, Babakamba, Heavy Mitais first. Shapirshu Kamo Shapir Rashi for a Sukkah. The places put down the Rashba is like our Rashi in Sukkah. Rashi around Magid Mishnat's mom. They Maskimi Halacha, they conclude Halacha Karifa Rambam. Like the other opinion. Now calling guys going to all the leaves. I Sham, see there. If you can't, in that case, Avi Nitzo came Be'ez and Peirush to Rashi. If we find some interpretation of Rashi, Lam Yisol, so much about them, Alok Bechol Theater. You follow the majority of place scheme. I feel Das Yochid ain't here. It's not even Das Yochid because it's not definitely Rashi's interpretation, right? Jarei, the Perish Rashi, but Sukkah Gangen kosher. That's according to Rashi, Sukkah, so it's okay. Why is there Machmir over here? In the bracket says you have a glass Machnim Sukkah, also Machmir. Babakach. The Tzorchim? Yeah. The Lachin is like the Bohul Ledina. So says Arukh HaShulchan, it's clear to me that halacha kevin nothing pumi the Rabbeinu Ramah since Ramah said this. Ainly told lulav she's got tyomas beruba sheishim tzarachin. Should not take lulav when the tyomas is split in the majority of the leaf, not even to the spine. When you can find another one. It's interesting. The Mishnah says that's if you can find another lulav yourself, but you don't have to specifically take your friend's lulav and make a bracha on that. If you don't have it yourself, you can make a bracha on your own lulav, even if it is split. The leaf is split. It seems so if there's no lulav like in a village, etc. They make a bracha on that person's lulav. I believe I'm showing even the first day. No, I made a mistake. I'm only like a lulav acher. There isn't another lulav. Come on, fire like a small village. And you can make a bracha, like the Mishnah says. You can make a bracha on the question of lulav. Even the verse without any hesitation, and any stuttering. Okay, because that's primarily halacha. But flat out, it's saying lulav Italia, especially with the bias lulav which come from Italy. Rubam stoku. They're mostly split. I can see the bracha in maxla ain't but the split is less than half. It's not a problem at all. Which the Torah says, according to the Taz, you can not be machmir if it's a minority, unless it's more than shir tefach. Chai Adam says no, even according to the Spanish, you be machmir b'nemashu. According to Gra, you're machmir by rov, and mixas, you're not machmir. And so therefore, here he says, if he has no lulav, he says it's best to make a bracha on it because mi'osta about tikkurah. You can be good, don't be bad. But with according to the law, it's a problem. Since it's not a problem when it's not split the majority of the leaf. Yud base. Hayu olav achas midos b'yaso. If you had single shoots of leaves coming out, v'loya tiyamas was no bent over leaf, no twin leaves. Or on one side lulav, all of the leaves are doubled over. Side of sheni, and the second one side is aron belonging cloud. It doesn't have any leaves whatsoever. It's puzzle. Mikvah says that it's puzzle all 7 days, but that's the only where it's lopsided like that, unsymmetrical. But if it is he says if it was one leaf, not the double over leaves, and that was the way it grew. Now he's not sure. Okay, if the leaves on one side and they're doubled, and there are leaves on the other side, they're not doubled. Near that fully merov, if the double leaves are a majority, it's kosher. The lamb not possible. Because as Lina Masar Orva, they would go after the majority of leaves. Rabbeinu Ramosh Kasav. That if that middle leaf is it was not created to be doubled over, it's possible. Zeu hakol shitaso. That's going to history. The dihi atyamis. That's the tyamis. Of course, it's primary. I'm saying according to most of the rabbis, it's not like that. And also that which he understands where it's split. It's possible. I know he knows that this situation is possible as well. Where it's split, you could say it's not hard. It's not proper taking. Because the split is recognizable. It only has one leaf, which by mutation, whatever, is not doubled over. We know the possible. I don't know it's possible. It's tzarich iyun.